This is a dehumidifier that I found in the trash. I looked it up on Amazon. This thing costs over $225. And after looking it over, I thought that thing is in perfect shape, at least cosmetic on the outside. And I wondered, why was this in the trash? And like the guy and the inquisitive person I am, I wondered if I could fix it. So I drug it home. I have it here today, and I'm going to open it up and see what's inside and see what possibly could be wrong with it. I did plug it in, it runs, but a code comes up, E9. I'm not sure what that is, but what I think it is, it's a humidity sensor that goes faulty and brings that code up, but there's a lot of other reasons why that code could have come up too. And whoever had this, I'm sure they tested it and tried it. But let's see if we can't fix this. I hope you come along with me as we tear this thing apart. So let's dig right into, oh, by the way, my name's Marv from Marv's Fixit shop, and I've been dragging stuff like this home since I've been a kid for 5 decades, and it's always intrigued me to open things up and see what they look like, and I wonder what this looks like inside. So let's figure that out and look together. Well, let's open this thing up and see what we have inside. First thing I'm going to do is take the filter off, and I see bolts all the way around here, and I'm just going to try to get those out. I have my screwdriver here. Let's see if I can get them out. I'm not sure which ones I need to take out, but this looks like a good place to start. So we'll get these out here and see what we can do. I should be wearing my glasses, you know it. Sometimes it's hard for me to see things, and even with the light I have in here, I'm not even sure how to take this apart, but we're going to find out here. Looks to me like we have 2 more screws, one down in here, and looks like we have one right here. Oh, okay, now let's see if this lifts off. For my research and looking, it would appear that I don't know. This should come off of here. Why isn't it? Let's set it up here a minute and take a look at it. Let's see if we can't see a little bit of what's going on here. I wonder if these front screws have to come off. What's that? I don't know. Well, I don't see any screws here in the front. Let's pull this. I'm going to pull this drawer out, get it out of the way. That's the reservoir for the water. That's kind of nifty. Let's see what we got here now. There's a screw here. There's a screw here. There's screws all over the thing. I wonder if they all have to come out. Yeah, I don't know. Let's try it. Let's pull them out. I don't know if they need to come out or not, but we'll take them out. And I hope I don't forget where these go. I think they're all the same length. They look like it. Oh boy. Here I go again, trying to see what's inside of something. Well, that's not coming off either. Boy, that's hot. Why is that so warm? I had it plugged in. I guess that could be the reason. What else is holding this? I bet this thing is clipped together. I bet it's clipped together right here. And how do you get those clips to come unclipped? That's the key. Let me go get something around and I will see if I can't get something in there to unsnap that, because that's all I'm pretty sure to, unless I got some more screws here I'm absolutely not seeing. We'll check underneath it. I don't see anything under here. I do see some moisture though. Well, that just looks like that should snap right off of there. Let me go get it something to work on that. Got my tools here. I'll start right here. Maybe. What the world? I got one side started. Let's turn it like this. Let's see if we can't get the rest of this loose. Oh, there she comes. Something's coming. Something's coming. I got it off. Okay, let's take a good hard look at this thing right here. Oh. Yep, that thing is ouch, it's warm. Right here, looks like that's the sensor that was replaced. Right here's the sensor that was replaced. As you can see, I'm pointing to it right there. And this was the new one. And it appears like everything's okay with that. Let's just go like this and wiggle it and try to get this, see if there's a short. Okay, that comes up underneath there. That's like that. And that goes in there like that. I just don't see any other reason why that wouldn't be working. Let's keep examining this a little bit. What is this right here? This is really warm though. I wonder why. This stuff all looks good. Ah, I see how that front comes off of there now. There's a snap here and there's the snaps on each side of it. I'm pointing to it. Oh, let's see what happens now. Let's take the front off and see what we have. I think I can get that right here. Maybe not. I don't know how it comes off. Just pretending. Just pretending. We're gonna work right in here. Oh, there she comes. That's easy enough. Let's swing it around. And we'll do the same thing over here. As you can see, there's a little clip right there. And that just pops out. And then that whole work should come right off of there. Maybe. If we get this here started like we did on the other side. Don't want to break anything. I'm not out much if I do, I guess. What do we got up here? There's all this electronics are right in here. Wonder if that just pops up. I don't know. Maybe it's not supposed to come off. Let's bump it like this. Ah, something came loose. Guess it just took some friendly persuasion. Okay, we got this off. Yep, the thing looks like it's really good shape, actually. Okay, now let's pull this top up. Got all this wiring coming down through here like this and like that and like this and like that. Let's see if we can't get this up and out of there. Uh-oh. Let me take a look at it over here to see what we have. Oh, that looks pretty good. We got that. Let's open up this circuit board right here and see what we have right in here. See if there's any reason why a wire would be so you've got a little clip right here again. There we go. What I'm looking at here is a circuit board trying to figure out, and that's just snapped in there too. Let's open that up and see what it looks like on the other side. Wonder if this has been apart before. Look how cool that is. Isn't that cool? Look at that. I wonder what would happen if I'd plug it in now. And see, here's where that sensor comes right there. It's got all these circuits here. All this stuff looks to be in good shape. Let's do the right thing and plug it in. I'll be right back. If you've ever worked on any of these, let me know what I'm doing wrong here. Uh-oh. It says bucket. Oh, I know what that means. That means that this switch right here needs to be pushed. It's got 32 on the gauge. You can see that right here. See if that thing kicks on. See, there's a possibility that this could be shot. Some of the wires broken. Maybe a bad connection right here. Or could be anything. Here's the mode. Normal, and then it's set on normal right now. Wonder if that's auto dry. and continuous dry. That's what it says on the gauge right here. Can see these lights coming on right there. And here's the button for let's just put it on normal. And I'm going to shove this, don't fall off of there. I'm going to shove this back in so I don't have to hold that. There. Just let that run, I guess, a while and see what happens. So the condenser hasn't kicked on yet, but boy, is that hot. That's a little tiny thing down there, isn't it? Look at that. You can see that right here, all of this, that's the condenser. It's really small. But anyway, for the E9, just so you know, it's this thing right here. It unplugs. You can see how that would unplug right here. I think you can see that. And they say that this right here, that little gizmo right there's the sensor. And there was a new part bolted to this. This was the old one that was taped onto this. And but then testing it with the new one in even, it still showed that E9. But if you were going to fix this, this is where you would go, right here. The only other thing I could think of is this: if the water thing is plugged, where the water comes down in and it shuts it off, because I don't know, why did it go off? What? Turn it on continuous. Maybe this came loose. There we go. Hey, there the pump kicked on. I hear it running now. Boy, that gets hot. Let's just check a couple of these fittings. These, make sure we got good connections on all these plugs. When you reach into something like this plugged in, make darn sure you don't touch a hot wire. You're gonna see your batteries charge really quick. Don't ask me how I know that, please. You realize everything I do in this channel is mostly for entertainment, so I caution you on that. What's that? Let's take a look at this over here and see what this is. That looks like a coupler of some kind. This just doesn't feel cold enough. Aren't these supposed to get cold? I wonder if that compressor went. Now, an E9 wouldn't show compressor. And what's this stuff right here? Okay, right under here, I'm pointing to it. Can you see that? Don't open that up when you're plugged in, because that's where the main power goes into. And if you want to get yourself shocked, that's exactly where you would go. And one screw holding it, I am going to open that, but I'm not going to open it with the electric running to it. At least. Oh, what the heck. Let's just take a look. I'll keep my fingers where they're supposed to be. Let's make sure there's nothing else here. Ah, there's a clip right there. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Look at all that now. Now I'm going to point, but right here's the main wires coming in on this terminal right there. That would be extremely hazardous to your health to touch that. Boy, that's cool looking in there. Can you see that okay? Look at that. Isn't that neat looking? All those wires. See, this goes from the circuit board to right there. I wonder if any of those are loose. A guy could take that whole circuit board out and check it, but I just don't want to do that right now. It's pretty cool looking in there though. I think I'm going to put this back on before Marv's Fixit shop gets himself fixed. How's that go on there? Oh, I got the wrong thing. It's this. No wonder it didn't look right. Had a hold of the wrong one already. Okay, there we go. We got her back in place. We're good to go. So we put this right back in there. And no one will get hurt. But that was pretty cool looking, wasn't it? Did you like that? I did. Okay. That's sucking good. Isn't it these supposed to get colder? Those aren't even getting cold. And that's pumping. I thought that's supposed to get cold, and that's where you get your moisture collecting, is right on these deals. There's a couple of screws up here to look down in there. I'm going to take them out and just take a look. A lot of pieces here. Now, I don't know if this will come off or not. There she is. Set that there. Yeah, this is supposed to, I don't know what it's supposed to do. I don't know what I'm doing. What's holding those? Those are held right there. We got that. I wonder if it's this thing right here could be bad. Take a look at that. That's a thermal coupler, and it's got a bunch of crap on it. And it's tied right into this here, right there. But I wonder if that could be bad. I don't know. We'll put her back in there. It had some, you know that green stuff you get on copper once it gets a little wet? It had that on it. And then it's right down here too. You can see where it's been dripping, so it makes me wonder if this thing didn't leak a little bit and maybe some of the Freon leak out of it. But if that's the case, that would be, for me anyway, impossible to fix because I don't know anything about Freon. And you would have to open the line somewhere. Yeah, it looks like right there's one you'd open up. And maybe one over, there should be another one here somewhere. Maybe that's it. Yep, it goes right into here. And this little thermocoupler comes around like this, comes right there, and tied into this right here. So from this coil here, from this coil here to this coil here, it comes up and around and in. Let's see what we're doing here. We're still at 30. How does this go back together? Oh, I remember. This went on here somehow. I don't remember exactly. Oh, maybe it went on here. No, this went up here like this. Remember? Let's just put this thing back together. Ah, now I remember. It was upside down like that. And there, we're getting it. Just like that. Just like that. And then two little screws went in right here. One here and one here. Yeah, normally if I would take pictures of this as I'm putting it together. I don't want to give it too much with this screw gun. It's got a little bit of power and I can get plenty of torque just like that. So that's back in place. Now this is up here like yeah, it went like that in here. Because that went right there. Pretty obvious. It's got a notch out for it. Okay. I'm getting it. Give me a minute. There. And then this hooked on like this right here. Went like that. And then snap. Snap. Then there was a little screw in there. Here's one more little screw. Was a little smaller. We'll give her a little bit here. That's tight enough. And then this went up here like this, and this fed through there. Oh yeah, right here and right there. And then this weaved in and out like this right here, something like that, maybe like this and like this. You can't see what I'm doing, but what I'm doing here is weaving this flat wire back into place where it was before I tore everything apart. I wonder though, maybe like this, like that, like that, and like that. I don't remember. It's all right. We'll get her. There we go. And then this went right in there. That's that sensor. Maybe. Yep. There she is. She's back into place. Then we got the cabinet to put back on. We're just going to let that set like that now. I got it mostly back together. I didn't see anything in there where the wires were bad, but we can see that. So we'll pause this for a minute and then we'll get back to it after it sets a while running. I'm here the next day with this dehumidifier, and it still isn't working quite right. Honestly, I think that the coils are not getting cold enough. I put a little moisture on this humidity sensor, and boy, the dial went right up. So I know that's working. Like if I go like this, well, that jumped up to 88 just like that, and it was at 36. So I know that isn't the problem. I honestly think, these coils aren't getting cold enough, but I don't know that. If you know, let me know. And this here compressor seems extremely hot. So I'm concluding that there's something wrong with the compressor, maybe just needs recharged. I don't know how to do that, and I'm not even going to try. But what I do want to go over before I end this session is how to replace this easily. And that's the key to these things. Most of the online research that I've done and that E9 code has to do with this little thing right there. I'll try to look it up, find it for you, and put a link to that part in the description. But I want to show you the struggles I had just to get to that. Okay, the biggest problem I had was figuring out how to get these covers off. And I want to show you that there's no clips on this here, right here. This is the front cover. You can see that there's no clips, just inserts, and where the screws went. A screw down here at the bottom, a screw that went through up here at the top, and then a few screws down in around this edge here. But quite frankly, you do not have to take this part off to get the part that you're replacing in an E9 era. What I didn't know is which part needed to come off and which didn't. The back needs to come off, and it has several screws that you have to loosen. Any visible screws on the back side, there's one here, couple here, down here, down here, and then right here at the bottom, like I said, there's a couple screws there. The screws on this one were missing. And then what I didn't know is if this had some kind of a clip in it, but it didn't. All it had was these guides on the side right here, and then the top with these little nubbins right here. And that's where I had trouble. If I take and turn that thing around and I put this on here like this and push it back into place like it went, just like this, it's those nubbings right there that caused me the issues, because they snap into place. And I didn't know for sure how it went. And so once I did, all you have to do is, let me get you in here just a little closer and I'll show you what you need to do. to do is just put something in this little crack right here and pry it out, and they pop right out, but they go in hard and they're made like that for a reason. And that's what I didn't know. So like I said, all you have to do is take this back panel off. There's nothing really holding the sides. It's just this top once you get all the screws out. And as I mentioned just a couple of minutes ago, this front really does not have to come off, but I didn't know that, but you do. See how easy that goes back together? I mean, there's just really nothing to putting it back together once you get the top clips. So basically, other than the screws going back in there, that's together. And once the screws go in, then it draws it up. To do that, I'm going to go ahead and lay it on its side again. And we'll grab these screws, and I'm just going to put them back in there. Oops, wrong direction. I don't want to give it that much. End up breaking something, pushing it that hard. Yeah, see, that's drawing that right back up where it goes. I mean, if you were going to disassemble the whole thing like I did to look at the circuit board and all that, then yes, this would have to come off. But again, I tell you, it is caught at the top and not at anywhere else. Show you this screw. This is the last one on this side that goes on. Just real easy. You don't need this cordless screwdriver to do what I'm doing. You can use just a regular Phillips. As you see, there's screws here, all the way around that thing. It's just going together very quickly, and it would come apart very quickly knowing how to do it. Save a lot of time on your part. I spent time figuring out how to take the thing apart. That was my biggest struggle. And now that I showed you how to do that, you should be able to pop that out and get things going very quickly. That thing's all back together. What I'm going to do is probably just turn it back on and let it run and run and run. And I can't hurt it more than it is, and we'll see if for some reason something that I've missed on the repair. Now, like I said, there's also some screws missing here at the bottom that I don't have. They weren't with it. One went right here and the other on the other side. I don't think I have any, but I'm going to go look. I found a couple screws. They're self-tappers, a little longer. I put one in and checked it. Didn't hurt a thing. So we'll turn that thing over again and we'll run this last one in. It's too bad that compressor, that's my guess. I don't know for sure on that. If you do, let me know. Here's the part that I was talking about on that humidity sensor. I'll see if I can't find it on Amazon, and if I can, I will put that link in the description. If you found value in this video, I'd appreciate it if you would subscribe. If you like videos like this and others that I do in this shop, watch these right here. Can it be fixed? Sure it can. Can you fix it? You're darn right you can fix it. Until the next time.